welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here for another recap. 90 Day Fiance, the other way. Let's just get into it, okay? Let's start off with Corey and Evelina, child. Let's just get them out the way. Corey, he's still begging and pleading like Keith Sweat, child. He up in that cooking. Did y'all see them dry burgers? I said, where's the oil? What type of burgers are they? I mean, those burgers look dry. The pan, it was sticking to the pan with no moisture. I said, Lord have mercy. Did you even season it, Corey? Did you put some salt, pepper on it? I bet them burgers was dry and bland. So Corey, he wants Evelina to come over so they can discuss their future. He still wants Evelina in their life, or in his life. Evelina comes in, hey, how you doing? How you doing? You look nice. Okay, thank you. He done got him some Kroger flowers. He done made him a makeshift candle holder, child. I said, go ahead, old Corey. So, of course, Evelina, she is still not ready to take Corey back. Because she says she can't trust Corey. She says that Corey ain't nothing but a whole liar. And, of course, here we go. She suggests they go see a therapist. Of course! Between 90 Day Fiance and Love After Lockup, therapists, counselors, lawyers, they're making money. Every few episodes, every franchise, they got to have a therapist or a counselor to come in. And like I said before, nothing ever happens with it. They just there listening to these idiots. So they go to the therapist. And so Evelina is telling her, listen, okay, he has done lied to me. I don't trust him. I still want to go on with these divorce proceedings. And Evelina says, listen, I'm not built like this. When somebody hurts me, I don't forgive them. It's over. We are no longer friends. I don't want to date you. Once you done broke my heart, there is no forgiveness. You die. And so the therapist was like, girl, you can't be being like that. You keep holding this in. It ain't hurting them, it's hurting you. You can't be harboring all this resentment. Evelina said, well, that's exactly what I do. Evelina tells the story. Evelina says that while they were on their break, broken up, whatever you want to call it, she was involved in a car wreck. And who did she reach out to? Her husband. I mean, even though they were on the break, it's still a husband. And so she reached out to him. He didn't answer. He didn't come to her side when she really needed him. She was in a wreck. Later on, she finds out via Instagram that he was out there in GD, honey. He done put it all on Instagram, having a good old time, living it up, while she was in a wreck. Now, while she's telling this story, Corey says, no, no. Evelina says you a lie. It was on Instagram. You're lying, Corey. Now, the reason why Evelina want to go with these divorce proceedings is because she says you're a liar and she can't trust you. And here you are, saying that that's not true. A whole lie. The therapist had to break it out of you. The therapist said, now, Corey, is this true? Instead of you going to Evelina's side when she needed you, you was up on Instagram with good old Jenny. And so Corey looking like who done it what for? A whole fool. And he was like, I'm sorry I lied. I say, Corey, you just lied 2 seconds ago. See, this is why Corey and Evelina gets on my nerves. So stupid. And this accident happened a year ago. It happened a year ago. And Evelina, you just now bringing this up in front of the therapist. And Corey is just now telling the truth. Oh my God. So Evelina says that she can't trust Corey. She has proven that Corey is a liar. And Corey is sitting there red-faced and look foolish. But you know what? That therapist said that y'all need to open up with each other. Evelina, will you at least hear him out? Will you at least try to work on some things? Friends, I have spent too long on these two. Let's move on. Whew, let's talk about R&B, child. As we know, she's in Jersey. Where's she at? In New Jersey or Rhode Island, wherever. She's in the United States. So cute button Avi can have his little surgery. Now she has been trying to reach B. B is going straight to voicemail. And baby, all says, I know you're not. I have been calling and calling and calling, and you're not picking up. Where you at? Oh, that's right. You're at somebody's good old club with your friends. That's where you at. When I call you, you pick up the phone. Because she says, you know, anything can happen. Avi may have had an emergency and she needs to let B know. Anything can happen. He should pick up the phone on a half of a ring. But he's not. He's out there in the club with his no good friends. See, his friends ain't got no woman like me. So they can go out every night, stay in all times of night, coming in 3, 4, 5 in the morning. But not B. I'm pissed. Always pissed. Now, you know how you could have solved that problem, right? Right? You could have stayed in Ethiopia. That way you wouldn't be running up your blood pressure. You wouldn't be worried about what B's doing. See, you'll be that. But you went over to the United States and he ain't answering the phone. Now, 3 hours later, B answered the phone. B said that he was in the basement. He was at the gym, in the basement. He had it on airplane mode. That didn't even, what? B, I'm going to need for you to do a little bit better than that. And so I was like, airplane mode, what? She says, you know how I feel when you turn off that phone. I mean, my parents all paying for it. Have some respect. So she talks to B, and she says, you know what? I am tired of you going to these clubs. Okay? You go to these clubs, you're not answering your phone. Avi and me should be your first priority. That's what it is, that's how it is, and that's how it's going to be. And so B is like, listen, I'm lonely. My friends know I'm lonely. And so my friends is telling me I need to go out. I can't be sitting up in this house thinking about you all the time. I need to go and on some butt bangos. I can't be up in here. All says, when I call, you pick up. And that's that on that. And so here's B. Okay. When you call, I'll pick up. I won't put it on airplane mode. You promise? You promise? Yes. When you call, I will not pick up. And you know what? I ain't gonna be going down them clubs all times of night either. B, can I just say something? Why are you going to this good old gym and these good old clubs? Why ain't you working? Now y'all know that's what I'm gonna say. Why don't you pick up a job? That's what you do. See, if you're lonely and you need somebody to talk to, go talk to some co-workers. That's what you do. Now, see, you can't use the excuse of the virus is why you're not working, because we seen you with the camera up in the club having a good old time. You need to work. That's what you need to do. Now, as far as your insecurities are showing, and like I said before, if you didn't want to have all this stress, blood pressure raised, wonder where bees at every 5 minutes, you should have stayed in Ethiopia. That's what you should have did. You expect him to stay at home all the time? My question would be, did you go find a job yet? See, you're asking the wrong questions. But I guess mommy and daddy's money is okay. Because, see, you ain't working either. So he meets up with his Ethiopian homeboys, all right? And he's telling them how much he loves Ari and how much he loves and Avi and how she's in the United States and how he hopes that she comes back. And then he says that her jealousy is showing. She's just being jealous. Do y'all remember when he was sitting in front of Lady in Red? See, he said the same thing about her. That she was jealous and that she had rage issues, child. B, why is it that everybody is jealous of you? Why is it that the women that you come across end up leaving you or laying you out? Your first baby mama, she done packed up and she left. Question was cheating. Lady in Red said that she believes you were cheated. Question mark. And now why is it be that all the women is their issue and you don't have an issue? Bottom line, friends, this is so staged, okay? Word on the curb is that R and B is married. So obviously she went back to Ethiopia. Obviously they made up, no more fussing and fighting. They're married. So what is about to happen next week? What is about to go down next week, child? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about Stephen with the V and Elena. It's time for that mama to go back home. It's time for the mama to go back to Russia. And then did y'all see Stephen in the back of the van? Stephen said, you want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? Honey, he was eating. He was doing. Stephen is childish. Stephen back there eating them good old Teddy Grahams. He was like, hey, driver, you want a cookie? That mama said, Lord, have mercy. This is who my daughter want to be with. A whole childish idiot. I want her to come home. So after the mama leaves, Elena is sad, child. But see, in Elena's mind, her whole thing is social media. Social media. Social media. That's her concern. He's still talking to girls on social media. See, that's the problem. So they go to the spa. They go to this bathhouse. It's hot as bacon grease. Here, Stephen, give me some of that cold water. Stephen's something else. I had to keep remembering, what are they, in their early 20s? So Elena brings up social media, and Elena says, I want you to delete your account. I want you to delete your social media account. Quit giving me excuses. I want you to delete it. And so Stephen's like, what? Now see, I know you brought that up, but I didn't think you were serious. But you bring it up all the time. Are you serious? You want me to give up my social media accounts? See, that's how I keep in contact with my family. That's how I keep in contact with my friends. I am not going to do that. Okay, since you get on my nerves, I'll think about it. So Elena said, you talking to other girls. I want you to delete it. Time went on. It's time for them to go walking outside, child. They sat down, and Elena finds out that Stephen done told her friend, because remember, she done set it up for her friend to catfish Stephen. Stephen fell for the bait like an idiot. She done find out that Stephen done told the friend, come to Turkey. I'm in Turkey, and bring a bathing suit. So Elena's pissed. So Elena said, delete your social media. Stephen said, huh? He said she's still bringing it up. I didn't think she was serious. He said, listen, I need to talk to my family. I need to talk to my friends. Elena said, let me tell you something. I set you up. You've been talking to a girl named Marsha or Misha, whatever her name is. And so here's Stephen. Huh? I did not talk. Let me see. Okay, I done talked to a Rebecca. I've done talked to an asterisk. I've done talked to an exclamation point. I've done talked to a comma. Have I talked to a Misha? Was that Misha I told to bring a bathing suit? No, that was leggings I said to bring a bathing suit too. Then how many I done talked to? Stephen got a whole directory, honey. He don't know what's going on. And so Stephen was like, Elena said I set it up. That was my home girl. And you come telling her to come to Turkey and bring a bathing suit. Stephen got busted. Stephen said, oh, well, wait a minute now. You set me up? You set me up to take a fall? You did that? Elena said, I sure did. And you failed. Delete your social media. I'm tired of telling you now. And so here's Stephen. I was just trying to be nice. Now see, I was just trying to be nice. I wasn't even taking that girl seriously. I was just trying to communicate with her. Ain't no need of you being mad. So Elena again, delete your social media. You're talking to girls. So here's Stephen. You want me to delete it now? She said right now. Stephen said, there's not good. We ain't got Wi-Fi. I gotta download my pictures. Look, this is my graduation picture. I can't get rid of this. I'm gonna have to download all my pictures. That's gonna take a long time, but we out here. Ain't no Wi-Fi, plus it's hot. Elena said, well, let's go home. Stephen said, come on. And so she said, I'm mad. You're making up all these excuses. Elena, honey, let me give you a piece of advice, sugar. I know you in your early 20s. Let me just tell you something. Now, you done told your mama that you are willing to give Stephen another chance. You have forgiven Stephen. In order for you to move on and forgive Stephen, you gotta let that go. You can't keep throwing that up in his face. Once you said that you're gonna give him another chance and you forgive him, that's it. Let it go. And you are so obsessed with this whole social media. Do you think that once he deletes his social media that he can't talk to other girls? There's girls walking around. If Stephen really wants to talk to another girl, you best believe he's going to talk to another girl. Instead of you moving on and saying that you forgive him and it's in the past, you got to leave it there. That's it. That is it. These youngins, child. What y'all think about Stephen with the Annalena? Is that her name? Child, let's move on. Kenneth and Armando crying this episode. Kenneth has cried in every episode, hasn't he? Kenneth is homesick, y'all. Kenneth is homesick. He misses his grandbaby. He misses his daughters. His daughter's pregnant again. He's homesick. He's talking to his daughters, getting the lowdown on what's going on, and he feels like he's missing out on things. But also, he don't want to tell Armando how he feels. Kenneth, it's time for you to tell this man how you feel. And why can't you go visit your family? I mean, your daughter came to visit you. Why can't you go over there and visit them for about 2-3 weeks? I mean, I know you preparing for the wedding and all, but child, you can go over there and Armando can handle things. You can handle things remotely, and child, go over and visit your family. I mean, they all are coming over for the wedding. I get it. But before this, you could have been done went over and seen your family, child. Seen them grandbabies. So he homesick. So they went down to the laundromat, child. And Kenneth finally opened up to Armando how he feels. He misses his family. He misses his grandbabies. He wants to be there for them. He wants to be there for his grandchildren. And he just feels like he's letting them down. But he also didn't want Armando to feel bad about his feelings. Armando said, I didn't know that he was feeling like it. I mean, the reason why, we stayed in Mexico is because of Hannah, okay? Her grandparents are here. Her mother's grandparents are here. We just don't want to uproot her. And we were all in agreement, but I didn't know that he was feeling like it. So now Armando feels like that Kenneth, because he's so homesick, don't want to get married. That is further from the truth. Of course Kenneth wants to get married. Of course Kenneth, wants to be there for Hannah and Armando in Mexico. But I think that Kenneth's feelings are valid in missing his family. But I also think that Kenneth should have told Armando sooner. And for me, just for me speaking, I really don't see what the big deal is. Kenneth, I would have been there told Armando, I'm homesick. I got a whole family over there. I want to go see him. I would have been there when to see my family, child. But I guess they needed Kenneth and Armando. They needed them to have something to do. Child, they gonna be just fine, child. And I guess next week they gonna be crying. I like Kenneth and Armando though. All the couples, Kenneth and Armando, is by far my favorite. I think that their love is genuine. I don't think there's no fakeness there. I think that, producers try to drum up a little bit of drama, but it ain't gonna affect Kenneth and Armando, child. They good. Hey, Kenneth! Hey, Armando! Let's move on. Last and certainly least, Jenny. Is it me? Let me ask y'all a question. found out that Jenny and Mama Submit were friends back in 2013. And we know there's a language barrier and a communication barrier. So if they were friends back in 2013, how did they communicate? Because see, she doesn't know English and Jenny doesn't know Hindi. So how did they communicate? How were they friends? Another thing, someone said in the comments, you mean to tell me she been there 10 years? And she haven't even attempted to learn Hindi? That's Jenny. That's Jenny. Let's get into it. So we know that Mama Submit and Papa Submit done moved in, child, and they are wrecking havoc. Mama Submit is up in that kitchen, child. It's time to have dinner. Now, Submit was going to make dinner, but Mama Submit said, no. Let me make dinner. Jeannie's going to help me so I can just talk to her any type of way and embarrass her. Give me that chance. So here is Mama Submit trying to show Jeannie how to knead dough, how to open up a lid, how to cut this, how to pour that. And so Jeannie and her are trying to talk, but they don't know what each other is saying. So Mama Submit, with a smile on her face, says, you're useless. You're useless. You don't know how to do anything. You're just horrible. Now, before Submit left, he had a smirk on his face. I have already expressed how I felt about that. So Jeannie, seeing the mama smiling and assisting her in making this meal, Jeannie is thinking that Mama Submit is being kind, nice, courteous. That Mama Submit is really trying here. She is really trying to be my friend. She is really trying to make the best out of this. But we all know different. She wasn't trying at all. In fact, I think what Mama Submit was rude and mean-spirited. Now, there's a whole lot of conversation about how Jeannie is over there and it's their culture and she needs to deal with it. Well, I think there's two different things. I agree that she's over there, it's their culture, and she does have to deal with it. But one thing she don't have to deal with is a rude, nasty, mean mother of her boyfriend. This is not her mother-in-law. I will keep saying that. Because I see it like this. Let's say that there was a 20-something-year-old Indian girl standing in front of her. Do you think Mama Submit will have the same things to say that she does to Jeannie, to the little cute little young Indian girl? Absolutely not. It will be totally different. We all know Mama Submit does not like Jeannie. Period. She's embarrassed of her. Embarrassed. And she don't want her lazy ass son to be with her. So she's going to go by any means necessary to embarrass this woman. I have said this so many times. Jeannie, go home. But since you don't want to go home, then this is what happens. So it's time to eat. And here is Mama Submit just going in, child. And so Jeannie is picking up on this. And Jeannie is like, okay, well maybe I was wrong. Here, I thought Mama Submit was giving it a chance, but Mama Submit been talking trash about me. Here is Submit trying to tell his mother to try to ease up a little bit. Even Papa Submit at one time was now wait a minute now. That's all he said. Mama Submit is just sitting over there with a look on her face with just, she can't stand her. She cannot stand Jenny. It's all over her face. And then they bring up the neighbors, society, that people will actually come up to Jenny and outright disrespect her. Will say to her face, you old. You need to be with Submit. Just being just rude. Well, Mama Submit, you doing that inside her house. And what is this thing about the neighbors? What the neighbors think? What society think? Who cares? Mama and Papa Submit are too busy worried about what everybody else is thinking. You are the ones that are embarrassed. You are embarrassed because your son is with a 63-year-old white woman. That is the bottom line. But let's talk about your embarrassment of Jenny. Well, let's talk about it. See, you have embarrassment of Jenny. But you don't have no embarrassment of your son. See, it was your son that went out on Facebook and met a 50-year-old white woman. It was your son who lied twice to this 50-year-old white woman. It was your son who is not working and is living in filth with this 50-year-old white woman. So your son is just as bad as Jenny. And he still haven't married her. That's who you raised, Mama Submit? So you raised that. You raised that. Instead of being worried about what the neighbors think, you need to be worried about your son. 30-something-year-old man not working, living for a white woman's security check. Get out of here. You foul. Everybody in that room is not taking accountability for their own actions. And that's that on that. So Jeannie starts picking up about how Mama Submit wasn't really down for the cause, honey. And she was like, you're not going to come up in here and disrespect me. You're not going to come up in here in my house and disrespect me. You're not going to do it. So Submit is trying to be the bridge between the mother and Jenny. So they're sitting there. Jenny must have been wiping her nose, had the little tissues right there. Honey, the mama done said that it was disgusting, it was unhygienic, honey, and then Submit was like, throw those tissues away. "63-year-old woman. My God, today. So Jenny gets up, takes the tissues like a good little girl, and throws them away. She's fussing at the cameraman. So she comes back, and Submit comes, and so she comes back, she sits down, Submit's talking, and then Submit says, you know what my dream is? My dream is to live with my parents. Mama and Papa Submit, this who you raised. But see, he says it's tradition that is culture. Is that right? Or maybe Submit, you want your parents to take care of you. Just like they've been taking care of you. Remember, your parents was the one that paid for some of that divorce. Submit is a mama's boy. Point blank. And maybe, just maybe, Submit reached out to an older woman because maybe he knew that an older woman would take care of him just like his mother. So Jeannie says, live with your parents? She said, I have never heard of this. Jeannie said, that ain't happening. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You are not, I'm not gonna live with your parents. So it's time to go to bed. And Mama Submit says, I don't understand why she's so upset. She got anger issues. Now Jeannie has anger issues. Now Mama Submit is saying that what she was telling Jeannie was out of love. Is that right, Mama Submit? Born at night, not last night. You don't fool me. That was not out of love. That was nasty and mean. You don't like this woman, and you never will, and you're hoping they will never get married. That's the truth. She said Jeannie was aggressive. That's aggressive? She thought Jeannie was aggressive. Let me ask y'all something, friends. If Mama Submit ever came across me and I'm dating her son, and she come up in there cutting a shine like that, what would the word she would use for me? Do you think it would be aggressive? I'll wait. What word would Mama Submit use for me? Because I guarantee you it won't be aggressive. Bottom line is, Jeannie should have been gone. Jeannie should have left 10 years ago. When Jeannie left to go back home, when she found out Submit was married, she shouldn't have came back. But she did. Time and time again. I don't know why Jeannie keeps embarrassing herself, but she does. And I'm not here to convince her. These are grown, that's a grown woman. You sitting there and you taking this tongue lashing. Oh well. Oh well. A mess. This is a mess, child. But then somebody DM'd me, word on the curb is Jeannie and Submit are married. Are they married, y'all? Child, this... That's it, y'all. That's all I got to say about Jeannie and Submit. Y'all know what to do. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.